Ask Reddit Volume 17. Hope you like it. Which still living person has had the farthest fall from grace? Senator Gary Hart told the press, "If you think I'm having an affair, follow me around." They did. He was career over. Jared from Subway fell pretty fucking far. True. I wonder what that guy does. Surely he can't show his face anywhere anymore. Oscar Pistorius was a huge name as the Blade Runner and had a massive platform to really be the first Paralympics megastar. This man was on The Tonight Show and dating a beautiful model before he murdered her in the middle of the night. Ted Haggard was the president of the National Association of Evangelicals until a male escort exposed him for paying for meth-fueled gay sex on a number of occasions. What genuinely useful thing has been ruined by stupid people? In my city, there was a bike sharing project, amazing for students and young people. Within 3 days, all of the bikes got either stolen or badly damaged. It's like the bikes in the Yarra River. Emotional support animals and service animals. Contrary to popular belief, they are not the same thing at all, and stupid people getting fake ESAs has bled into and harming with service animals. Only a medical professional can prescribe an ESA, not a website or registry, and an ESA is not allowed in public spaces like a servant animal. What celebrity are you unable to like because of how fake they come off? Simon Cowell, the guy knocked up his best friend's wife! Jojo Siwa, nothing about her comes off as genuine. It all feels like such a persona that I'm immediately repulsed by anything she does. Tyra Banks, holy shit, I have not heard that name in like 20 years. Every time someone told her a heart-wrenching story about struggle or overcoming, she would make it about herself and how strong she is because she overcame your problem a long time ago. Ellen, her whole persona always seemed completely fake to me. I was not surprised when it came out how mean and petty she was in real life. People who won a lifetime supply of a product, what did you win, how did you win it, and are you still receiving the product? I won a trivia thing from a radio station in 2015. The prize was a lifetime supply of passes and movie candy from AMC theaters. They gave me a gift card looking thing to show at AMC that allows up to $40 in snacks plus for free admission. It's been almost 10 years and this card still works. I won a lifetime pass to Smuggler's Cove Mini Golf when I was young by winning a monthly birthday drawing. They sold the location of Pirates Cove Mini Golf, which did not honor my lifetime pass. Years later, Smuggler's Cove returned to the original location. When I tried to use the lifetime pass, they did not honor it. What's something that no matter how it's explained to you, you just can't understand how it works? How a basic wax record and player works. I get it's a groove that is tiny hills and valleys and the needle picks up on each little one, but how the fuck does that equal a voice coming out of a large metal tube? It's witchcraft as far as I'm concerned. Vibration on vinyl equal sound, I think. Space. It's so big that it's unfathomable, and I think it's expanding into what? How did it start? It's all a mindfuck. Electricity? Yeah, no, that's just like one of those things that just exists. How is lightning? Because I just think of electricity as lightning. How is lightning in my light? What's an unwritten rule in your household that would seem bizarre to outsiders? When you use the last paper towel from the roll, you have to take the cardboard tube and yell "do-ta-do" in it and then give it to the dog and then he comes running so he can shred it. I like that. Let him have fun, man. When I was a kid, we had the Bernie rule. Whoever had the worst manners at dinner was Bernie. This is at my mum's place. If you are wearing long sleeve shirts, you are exempt from doing the dishes. Winner of a board game is charged with putting said game away. No, that should be the loser's job. What's a social habit everyone seems to accept but you find really annoying? When people don't understand that listening is the most important part of the conversation. Not everything has to be filmed. Oh my, shut up. There's always one every recording that just makes me go, oh, that's why I don't like Reddit. People congregating in doorways, particularly when there is plenty of non-doorway space available. Being expected to be constantly available via social media, chat, text, call at any and all hours. If you try to opt out, it's seen as weird or okay. What seems weird and antisocial is that you're calling it opting out. What's a popular self-care trend that is actually toxic? Only doing things that feel good or spark joy. Sometimes for your own long-term health and future, you must do things that aren't super duper fun. Avoiding difficult conversations in the name of positive vibes. Weaponized boundaries. Letting your children do a beauty regime. 9-year-olds do not need to exfoliate, use night cream and day serum, and beg their mum to spend $50 on special face potions and silk pillowcases. BetterHelp. Dude, BetterHelp got fucking exposed like 8 years ago. How are they back and how are people taking their money? What are things attractive people do that unattractive people wouldn't even think of? Get good tips as a waitress/waiter without really trying. I once tipped a waitress $20 after giving me the wrong drink because she looked like Victoria Justice. Randomly hit on someone that you think is out of your league. I tried it once and it didn't turn out very good. I wouldn't even think about blind dating. I feel so bad for the person that ends up being placed with me. Once had a good look working friend tell me all about finding the best side to your face and then always introducing yourself with that side. I don't remember everything he said, but he clearly put a lot of thought into identifying his best physical traits and then giving them more emphasis. What's the worst physical pain you've ever felt? Kidney stones. Felt like I was being stabbed from the inside. Being run over from my ankle to my shoulder and having road rash across 40% of my body. When my body was on fire, but only after it got put out. During the fire was just pure fear. While in labor without pain medication, they had to do a manual rotation. It's where the doctor puts their hand inside of you to rotate your baby. I could feel every bit of it and it still gives me nightmares sometimes. I'm just imagining the feeling of like where your stomach is underneath that, like feeling your insides be rearranged. Which show starts as a 10 out of 10 but ends as a 1 out of 10? American Horror Story. The beginning seasons were so good, but over the last few seasons has fallen drastically. Once Upon a Time. I loved the first 2 seasons but literally couldn't watch after that. All I know is that Cameron from House is in it, and that's enough for me. That 70s show. Once Eric left for Africa, everything fell apart. The Arrowverse. Dude, I still love The Flash. If you could just watch like the whole thing being like, this show is just a bit over dramatic constantly and that's all it is, then I think you're fine. What difficult truths? The sooner you accept them, the better your life will be. We judge ourselves by our intentions. We judge others by their actions. People are going to look at you for what you do and your intentions are mostly irrelevant. There are many things that are out of your control. Things are just things. They don't have feelings. They don't care if you give them away or sell them or throw them out. If a thing is useful, keep it. If not, get rid of it. Yeah, but in saying that, you can put your feelings into an object. It's the same reason that like I bought a PlayStation 2 thinking I didn't have one. Turns out I did, and I used the one that I originally had instead because that's what I got given to me as a kid. What's the scariest conspiracy theory you've ever heard? Those Facebook memes of posting a current selfie and a photo of you taken 10 years ago is to program facial recognition software. That Ask Reddit is mostly a data scraping tool used by marketing companies to farm data from the masses based on what company X is selling. Example, Disney wants to know what movie to remake next, so let's pay someone to ask about favorite Disney films from their childhood and log their responses. Dude, that's actually so sick. I could believe that. 100% I could see that being real. What's something you only understand if you have lived it? Being in a war zone in any capacity. What it's like to be actually poor. Like, where is my next meal coming from poor? One thing that's hard to truly understand unless you've lived it is the experience of deep grief. Whether it's losing a loved one, going through a major life change, or dealing with any kind of profound loss. The emotions that come with it can be incredibly complex and overwhelming. How truly debilitating and lonely severe mental illness is. I will never ever understand why mental illnesses are glamorized. Epilepsy. Seizures are the easy part. The way it fucks with your life and makes you second guess how you feel, constantly asking, am I going to have a seizure right now? The anxiety is fucking real. What discontinued food/product do you still mourn today? McDonald's box cookies from the 80s to early 90s. I miss when jelly came in jars that you could reuse as juice glasses. We had dinosaurs, endangered species, Tom and Jerry, and some others. Yeah, I think I vaguely remember getting like a Nutella Simpsons glass through that. The original Dunkaroos, not the crap that they sell now. Does anyone remember the peanut butter Twix? I miss those, and the Reese's cups that had bits of peanut in them. Rice Krispie Treat cereal. I just can't understand how Kellogg's replaced it with whatever bullshit they are pushing now. What's something money can buy we poor people don't even know of? In some countries, rich people hire poor people to serve prison sentences for them. There are companies that sells books by the foot. It's for decorating so your in-home library is stocked with bookshelves. Normally you can pick genres or just let the company fill your shelves. That is the most rich person thing I've ever heard to buy, I think. My favorite thing you can buy is a $300,000 theater streaming device that allows you to watch just released movies directly into your home theater. It requires a background check and a huge amount of money, but then any movie released in theater is directly uploaded onto your system and then you can watch at home in your own little movie theater. What's a toxic trait you recognize in yourself? I tend to overthink a lot, which sometimes makes me my own worst enemy. I don't set boundaries with people, which leads to me becoming angry with them at a later date because they are taking advantage of me being too nice. Overthinking when someone has hurt me. I'll actually make myself sick doing it. Inflexible. I want to do things my way, trying to learn to overcome this, but old habits die hard. hard. I don't communicate my needs and then get frustrated when they aren't met. I'm lazy and procrastinate like a bitch. It's my worst flaw. It affects my health, my relationships, and is now magnified by my depression. For the ones who make over 150,000 a year, what do you do to get that? Ship captain, 250,000-ish for about 180 days of work. I do transport for a mortuary in the San Francisco Bay Area. My base pay is about 80k, but I get plenty of extra hours and overtime because I'm pretty much the only one who volunteers to do the SoCal and out-of-state trips. With all the overtime, I easily make 150,000. I worked sales for a company that sold ATMs. We hired a new guy first week on the job. A Chinese bank cold called him and ordered, no joke, 20,000 ATMs. The dude got his bonus check and quit. He made over 200k that year. What couldn't you believe you had to explain to another adult? I was picking up Italian liras one time from a bank in Tennessee. The teller brought me the envelope. When I opened it to count the money, she looked at me with total surprise and asked, do other countries have different money? That women do not all have their period at the beginning of the month all around the world at the same time. Dude, who are you talking to that thinks that? I had to explain to my mom that my daughter was growing in my uterus and not my stomach, so the hot sauce on my burrito wasn't gonna cause her skin burns. What's something you tried once and instantly knew it wasn't for you? Waitressing. I knew instantly I was objectively terrible at it. Quit the same day I started. Gambling. I gambled for the first time against my cousins when I was around 13. I lost $100. I was shocked at how much I hated weighted blankets. People say so many good things about them. I put it over me, boom, instant claustrophobia. I don't even have claustrophobia, except with weighted blankets. Sales. I don't like convincing people they need things. They can decide themselves. Don't want a phone? That's cool with me. Living with roommates. Cannot stand it. I'm fine living with a partner, family, all by myself, but a stranger? No thank you. Who's an actor with zero chops or range yet somehow keeps getting work? Cara Delevingne, terrible actress. Dakota Johnson, she's such a charisma void that she's somehow able to suck it out of competent actors she's sharing the screen with. Kevin Hart and The Rock, I'm sure they're both nice people when they want to be, but their action sucks. Troy McClure is in too many infomercials. You might recognize him from such self-help videos like Get Confident, Stupid, and Smoke Yourself Thin. Michelle Rodriguez always plays mean, kinda sexy, I'm glaring at you but you like it girl. What is the dumbest way the popular kid messed up their life? Took pictures of himself getting head from the football coach's daughter and slipped a copy under the coach's office door. Got suspended for something really dumb, so he and a couple of buddies tried to burn down our vice principal's house, got the address wrong, and almost burned a family alive. Thought he'd be cool by chugging an entire bottle of vodka, killed himself via alcohol poisoning. Kid was kinda smart, but an excellent multi-sport athlete. He had a full baseball scholarship lined up for a state school. The summer after senior year at a party, he got drunk, picked a fight, and got his knees broken. What's the biggest secret you've been hiding from your partner? I've always known he takes Viagra. I think he'd say his biggest secret is that he takes Viagra. I beat my wife in every video game. Thank God that followed it. My husband can't whistle. He always tries, but he just can't get it. One day while out hiking with our dogs, the dogs went too far ahead, so my husband tried to whistle for them. The first few attempts, nothing happened, so I whistled for them. Apparently my husband was trying to whistle at the same time and he heard my whistle and thought it was him. He was so proud. What's a common trope in movies that never happens in real life? Shoot the gas tank of a car once and he explodes into a huge fireball. Pulling a fire alarm and the sprinklers start pouring out water. Also, the water inside those sprinklers is disgusting. Wait, does that not happen? When I'm chasing someone in my car and they're on foot, they don't typically run down the middle of the road like in movies. Living in an enormous apartment in Manhattan while you are a bike messenger and your roommate works at a coffee shop. One does not wake up pretty refreshed and their hair done neatly and the blankets are also still tucked into the bed. Maybe you don't, but some of us do. Typing a few things into the computer and magically hacking into extremely complex systems. What tastes so good you can't believe it's healthy? The Mediterranean diet. Food this good shouldn't be healthy for you. Popcorn is actually relatively healthy if you're not drowning it in butter and salt. My dietitian actually recommended it as a snack item. Grilled corn? That has to be some Midwest shit, right? Banana with peanut butter. Salt, good fats, potassium, solid caloric density, and it's fucking delicious. Air fried chickpeas. Season with salt and pepper or go fancy with popcorn seasoning. Mango. The variety we grow in Australia are just so amazing. It's It's by far my favorite fruit. I feel sad for anyone who hasn't had a chance to try a real mango. What is likely to die along with the baby boomers generation? Formal living rooms. The cell phone holder that clips onto the belt. 95% of politicians. Oh, there's a good one. Yeah, no, because no young people get into politics. Yeah. Elvis fandom. Attendance at Graceland has been steadily declining for years because these boomer fans are dying off. It's looking like Harley Davidson might not make it through. Attempts to vary their advertising towards younger demographics seems to just piss off their rusted-on supporters. So they're stuck between getting money now and trying to make money later. What's something obvious for everyone, but you only just realized? I was 30 before I found out that the lights doing that stretchy thing at night isn't normal. I have astigmatism. I didn't realize until a couple of years ago it's pitch black, as in pitch, aka tar. A few years back, I realized that the Christmas song I Saw Mummy Kissing Santa Claus wasn't actually about the mother being unfaithful and putting out for Saint Nick, but it was just the dad dressed as Santa. I only recently realized that the phrase, with friends like these, who needs enemies, is actually implying that you have awful friends, not that you have friends so good that you don't need to worry about your enemies. What is something you tried once but will most likely never do again? Clicked view my rate for a mortgage home equity loan on one of those brokerage sites. I got 167 calls in 2 hours. Attempted a DIY home renovation project. The only thing I renovated was my patience. That is such a dad thing to say. Holy shit, this guy is a 40-year-old dad on the other end of this. Bungee jump. Still amazed I actually did it. Was amazing, but no desire to go through it again. Once was enough to tick the box. Skydiving. It was thrilling, but I spent most of the time trying to settle in and enjoy it, but frankly, it didn't last very long considering the exorbitant cost and time spent getting out there, suiting up, and getting back afterwards. Well, it's something that some people have that they don't realize is a huge flex. A job where they love what they do and gives them purpose. The ability to fall asleep quickly anywhere. Patience, impulse control. Most people are a lot more reactive than they realize. People skills and being able to read a room instantly. Good mental health, not waking up every day with dread and having to force yourself to get up and go to work. Savings each month instead of digging deeper into a debt hole. Extremely supportive parents that are also financially able to help me out from time to time. Remembering who people are, their names, their spouses' names, their kids' names and ages, other personal details, and the last time they saw you. What deceased person was younger than most people think when they died? Mozart died at 35. He composed over 800 works. Joan of Arc was only 19 when they burned her to death. Buddy Holly died at 22. He left enough unfinished records and transcripts behind that his label was able to release Buddy Holly singles for 10 years after his death. I was thinking about John Keats being 25 when he died, from the same disease that killed 2 members of his family too. He had months of knowing he was dying and even wrote his own gravestone. Steve Irwin was only 44. That's a ripe old age for a crocodile hunter. What free things online should everyone take advantage of? There are 3 Harvard courses you can attend. Radio Garden is a global map of active radio stations. You can rotate the globe anywhere and listen in. Want to know what's on the radio in Morocco right now? You can find it out there. Archivebuttons.com. All of the paywall removers in one place. Simply enter the URL for the article and click the archive button to remove any Oh, okay. I am definitely using that, actually. Definitely LibriVox. They host copyright-free books which volunteers read out and record. Most of the time, it's not exactly the same level as an Audible production, but free is free and they have a lot on there. What's your I can't believe other people don't do this hack? 2 color matched 10-pound flower bouquets combined are normally more varied and bigger than a 20-pound bouquet. Keep a camping chair in your trunk. You never know when an opportunity for a good sit might arise. True, I have been in this situation. It is always good to have one. I have a keyboard shortcut on all my devices where @ automatically enters my email address. 5-minute rule. If it takes less than 5 minutes, do it right when you think about it. Flip laundry, respond to an email you left in the inbox, load dishwasher, change that bulb in the vanity you've been looking at forever, etc. What's a thing that is dangerous close to collapse that you know about? The Florida citrus industry. There is a fungus that is spreading and infecting groves across the state. Unfortunately, we have no way to kill the fungus. The only solution is to cut down all citrus trees within a certain radius of an infected tree. Factual information on the internet. There's a churn of AI-created content that's being taken as fact and used as the basis for new articles and content. If you haven't seen any of my longer form video, I do harp on this point a lot. If you're unsure of a fact that you've heard, just Google it. I thought I had a lot more time before another one of these, but I guess not, but that's fine. The next one is going to be forever, by the way. I just did a run through of the map, and my first time it was like over 2 hours. So enjoy that. Watch one of my other videos. Okay, bye.